Guys, this is Mr. Joshy J, and this is your F1 review to the Russian Grand Prix at Sochi. So, right, at the start, Lewis Hamilton was on pole position ahead of Max Verstappen and Sergio Bottas. So, the race started, Hamilton got off the line well, and then Max Verstappen got jumped by Bottas at the start. Red Bull recently been struggling to get off the line for some reason. I don't quite know why, but recently their starts have been very poor. Something Red Bull and Honda have got to work on. But anyway, Hamilton was leading the race. Bottas nearly overtook, went for an aggressive overtake, but just ran out of track. But then later on, Hamilton got a 10-second time penalty because he did a practice start in the wrong area, which that was a stupid mistake from Lewis Hamilton. I mean, I'm a Lewis Hamilton fan, but if he's made a mistake, I will make my point. Which is why when I do driver ratings, I'm marking him down, because it was ridiculous to sake. But anyway, Hamilton served this penalty, then Bottas was leading the Grand Prix, and since then, looks very comfortable. Max Verstappen, P2 in the race, very good performance by him. Obviously, didn't have enough pace to match a Mercedes, but still, P2. Lewis Hamilton finished P3, which is a good result for him. First lap in drama, Carlos Sainz crashed into the barriers, and then Lance Stroll was taken out by Charles Leclerc, but Charles Leclerc didn't get a penalty, so it looked like it's just a racing incident. So Sainz and Stroll out of the race on the opening lap. They're the only two retirements, actually, because reliability this weekend was absolutely superb. Sebastian Vettel, what a horrible weekend for him. Crashed in qualifying 2. Hamilton was in the drop zone but got to the line in Q2 with just 1 second left to spare. That was a world-class lap from Lewis Hamilton. But as for Vettel, very poor weekend. Daniel Ricciardo in the race, he looks very good, you know. Ocon was given team orders to let Ricciardo through because Ricciardo was lapping faster. Ricciardo also got a penalty, but he made up for it by saying, I'm going to push even faster. Yeah, Daniel Ricciardo, really good this weekend. Sergio Perez in the Racing Point, P4, absolutely fantastic results. My driver of the day. I mean, I would have voted for him driver of the day, but I completely forgot yesterday during the race, because I think it's because my grandparents were in the sitting room, so I was chatting to them while watching the race. But anyway, you know, Perez, great weekend for him. Kimi Räikkönen, a poor weekend for him. In the Alfa Romeo, got outperformed by Antonio Giovinazzi all weekend. Yeah, but not a great weekend at all for Kimi Räikkönen. McLaren, very disappointing weekend for them. Lando Norris looked like he was struggling for pace. Alex Albon for Red Bull, oh my goodness me. Alarm bells are definitely ringing. Passed by Pierre Gasly in the Red Bull B team car. Absolutely unacceptable. I think you know what score Alex Albon's going to get when I get to driver ratings, but for Sergio Bottas, I'm glad he won the race because he needed a race win to keep his slim title hopes alive. But Lewis Hamilton, very angry on the team radio yesterday. Wouldn't surprise me in Nürburgring, he absolutely dominates the Grand Prix because he's going to be angry. Nearly swore then, but I don't really swear in my F1 review videos, so. But if I was honestly annoyed about something, then I may swear, but these I like to keep family friendly. But anyway, you know, The race itself, not a great Grand Prix. Drama at the start, but apart from that, very dull. For some reason, Sochi never seems to have exciting Grand Prix, so race rating 2 out of 10. Yeah, disappointing race. Very disappointing. Right, so let's get on to driver ratings and team ratings then. So, right, I'll start off with Mercedes. Lewis Hamilton, 6 out of 10. Awful mistake. Fantastic in qualifying, but he's been in the sport for 13 years, since 2007. That practice start was an unacceptable mistake. I mean, if it was him or Mercedes, they've both got to take responsibility, whoever it was. Valtteri Bottas, 10 out of 10. Really good weekend to him. Looks good in qualifying as well. But obviously got outperformed by Max. But in the race at the start, as I said, very aggressive and almost overtook Lewis Hamilton. That's what we need to see more of Valtteri Bottas doing. But good race for him. Won the race, second win of the season, as he won the opening race of the season, Valtteri Bottas, which seems quite a long time ago now, since the Austrian Grand Prix. But yeah, Bottas needed that victory, and he's got it. And that team radio message at the end, responding to his haters, brilliant. Loved that passion from Valtteri Bottas. Red Bull, Max Verstappen, 8 out of 10. Really good in qualifying, and P2 in the race. Very good weekend for him. Alex Albon, 0 out of 10. Shocking weekend for Alexander Albon. P13 in qualifying, and then P10 in the race, got a 5-second time penalty, passed by Pierre Gasly in the AlphaTauri. Red Bull B team car passing in Red Bull A team car. Absolutely unacceptable by Alex Albon. Horrible weekend to him. Ferrari, Charles Leclerc, 8 out of 10. Really good weekend to him. P10 in qualifying and P6 in the race. Fantastic by Charles Leclerc. Sebastian Vettel, 0 out of 10. Oh man, yet again this one hurts to give him Vettel a 0, but the reality is an awful weekend for Sebastian Vettel, the 4-time F1 World Champion. Crashed in Q2 and only P13 in the race. Dreadful by Sebastian Vettel. Really poor weekend for him. McLaren, Carlos Sainz, 5 out of 10. Disappointing weekend for him. Obviously crashed out on first lap in a race. Lando Norris, 5 out of 10. Really struggled to pace in the race. Lando Norris obviously got passed by Pierre Gasly near the end of the race. So yeah, a disappointing weekend for McLaren. Renault, Daniel Ricciardo, 9 out of 10. Fantastic weekend for him. P5 in the race. And made a mistake, but made up for it and still finished ahead of his teammate, Esteban Ocon. Esteban Ocon, 7 out of 10. Really good weekend for him. P7 in the race. Great result for Esteban Ocon. Racing points. Sergio Perez, 10 out of 10. Really good weekend for him. P4 in qualifying and P4 in the race. My driver of the day, and I hope and pray he's still on the grid next season. He really deserves to join Sergio Perez. Lance Stroll, 5 out of 10. Really disappointing weekend for him. Taken out by Leclerc in the first lap, but as I said, Leclerc, no penalty, so the stewards just thought, right, that's a racing incident. Haas, Roman Grosjean, 4 out of 10. Did okay in qualifying, but the race, very poor. Complaining about the car and everything. Kevin Magnussen, 4 out of 10. yeah, just has not much pace. So, disappointing weekend again for the Haas team. Alfa Romeo, Kimi Raikkonen, 2 out of 10. Very poor weekend for the Iceman. Got outperformed by Antonio Giovinazzi all weekend. So that's why I'm getting Raikkonen there too. Antonio Giovinazzi, 7 out of 10. Really good weekend for him. P11 just finished outside the points. So really unlucky for Antonio Giovinazzi not to get a point. Williams, George Russell, 5 out of 10. Made it through to Q2, but then the race, massive error, and just looked absolutely nowhere. And look at this, the TP, 4 out of 10. Did okay in the race, finished ahead of George Russell, but qualifying, he's really got to up his game, Nicholas Latifi. Because obviously Williams now under new ownership and management will be monitoring him very closely. Because obviously now Williams with these new owners, they want success. So it's going to be interesting to see if they're patient or not, these new Williams owners. But that's all the drivers covered. So right, team ratings. Mercedes, well, if it was 1-2, I would give them 10 out of 10. But because that Lewis Hamilton error, you got to give them 7 out of 10. Bottas, brilliant. Hamilton, stupid mistake. Red Bull, probably again 7 out of 10 because you had to mark them down because of Alex Albon's performance. Max Verstappen, good. Alex Albon, dreadful. Ferrari, probably give them a 6 out of 10. Leclerc did well, but Vettel, awful all weekend really. McLaren, well, they look very disappointing this weekend, so 4 out of 10. Carlos Sainz crashed first lap, but Lando Norris really struggled for pace, so yep, weekend to forget for the British team. Renault, 8 out of 10. You know, Daniel Ricciardo P5 and Esteban Ocon P7. Really strong weekend to Renault. Racing points, well, because of Perez's performance, I'll give them an 8 out of 10. Fantastic weekend to Perez. Stroll unlucky to be taken out the Grand Prix on the first lap. Haas, 4 out of 10. Grosjean, decent in qualifying, but the race really struggled. And Kevin Magnussen really just nowhere in the race. So, yep, 4 out of 10. Alfa Romeo, I'll give them a 6 out of 10. Antonio Giovinazzi just missed out on the point, but the Iceman, Kimi Raikkonen, was absolutely nowhere this weekend. So really was a disappointing weekend. Oh yeah, damn, I missed out on AlphaTauri on my driver ratings. So anyway, I'll squeeze them in. Pierre Gasly, I'll give an 8 out of 10. He was really good this weekend. Passed Alexander Albon in the Red Bull 18 car and Lando Norris as well. So, yep, Pierre Gasly 8. Kvyat 8, so I'm going to give as well because he was very good. So, yep. As for the team rating, I'll give AlphaTauri a 7 out of 10. Yeah, really good. Yeah, I just thought I missed out on AlphaTauri, so sorry about that. But anyway, I've done it now. So, yep, where was I? Williams. I'll give 5 out of 10 for this weekend. George Russell, good in Q2. Got through to Q2, but race made a mistake. And Latifi very anomalous. But still finished ahead of George Russell. So, yep, that's driver ratings done. Team ratings for the Russian Grand Prix. Comment down below your thoughts of the race, who your driver in the day was, and I'll be back later on this evening to do my Brighton versus Manchester United preview in the Carabao Cup. Bye-bye.